Hey everyone, welcome back to the Tribe of Nerds. Shane and I are back for another Survivor What If, pondering the question in this vast multiverse. And we are in the Survivor Dark Ages for Survivor What If as well. We are here for What If Nicaragua? And the big question that we wanted to say for this is, what if NaOnka and Purple Kelly did not quit the game? Because it seems that a little bit changed, quite a bit changed with them quitting.
Yeah, I mean, I also think with them quitting, like the editing changed too. Like Purple Kelly got purpled, and
Yep.
that's how we have the term purple. So that wouldn't happen. And then
Yeah.
NaOnka still got a big edit, but I guess they tried to show her in a negative light. Because I feel like if she didn't quit, she's a returning player. She's in Caramoan. She, who knows? She could have been in like South Pacific even.
Yeah, I could see either one. I'd say more likely Caramoan,
Yeah.
because I think they would save her for something along those lines. Because I think we'll talk about it in other podcasts, but like the idea of like South Pacific, they would probably want people that made sense to pair against each other, which didn't work out anyways. But
yeah.
But in this season in particular, so at this point, NaOnka and Purple Kelly, they're in the final 9. Brenda's just been voted out. I mean, she knew it was coming because everybody basically told her she'd better scramble, and she didn't. But got overthrown, and Sash didn't save her. And so now, in the real timeline, NaOnka gave Chase Rice her idol. That doesn't happen if she doesn't quit the game. So NaOnka still has her idol.
Which, yeah, that could do some damage.
Yeah. Well, so at final 9, so Brenda's just been voted out. Purple Kelly did just vote with Brenda, so she is on the outside, but it seems that she's still with Sash. Sash is still wanting to keep them around, especially like you have the previously on that's like, have you ever wondered how everything could just go wrong? Welcome to Sash's world. And like, yeah, so like they made it clear that Sash wanted to work with both of them. And drag them through. So at this point, I don't know. I'm thinking like I also think some people are still going to be wanting to try to vote NaOnka out because you know the food situation and whatnot. I mean, I do say like I don't know. I think she's still in a position where she doesn't get voted out, not only just because of the idol, but because she still has the numbers regardless.
Right. I do agree with that. And like I feel like Purple Kelly, they're not really looking at like, yeah, she votes with Brenda, but I think this season was like crazy enough that they're not just gonna like pick her off. They're like, do they just do what they did in the real timeline at Final 7 and go Benry? Or like do they try Fabio here?
I think they probably go Benry. Seems like Chase didn't trust Benry. Seems like and Purple Kelly, when she voted for Benry. She didn't even vote NaOnka. So like they'll still, I think obviously they still trust her. They're just like, yeah, well, we couldn't tell you about Brenda, but you're still in with us. So so I do think Benry is probably their next target, just because like NaOnka probably still wants to bond with Fabio over weed or something.
Yeah, that's probably true. Yeah, so Benry can go here, and then normally after Benry comes Jane, but really it's because they saw her as a threat and they're getting towards endgame, so I don't think that's going to happen yet. Like, she would probably still go around 6. So we lose Benry, and then who's next?
So the majority alliance was Chase, Sash, Holly, Jane, and then they have Purple Kelly and NaOnka. So now it's against Fabio and Dan.
Right.
I don't know if I can see them honestly. Well, maybe at this point, maybe some sort of power shift happens, but I'm not. I don't know. Maybe Holly tries something because we saw her make the move against Brenda. So maybe, but so NaOnka was also trying to do the same thing. So you could argue both of them were trying to make the move.
Yeah. The other variable here is that I feel like when your back is against the wall, you perform differently in these immunity challenges. It's like the stress of the situation. And we saw Fabio win 3 at the end because he kind of knew it was him going home otherwise. So if he sees his backs against the wall, does he win immunity here?
Yeah, and the other thing is we don't know what the final 8 challenges. We know the final 7 was where Sash won the like coin stacking challenge.
Yeah.
So I think so. If Fabio wins final 8 but loses final 7, they're voting Fabio out at 7 at that point.
Right. Yeah.
So let's just assume Fabio wins final 8. So then at this point, I mean, do they take out Dan, or does Holly try to do something with Chase and Jane? Or, I mean, what do we think happens?
I think Holly tries to do something here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, see, and that's the problem. Like, do we know where Fabio and Dan are even going to go? Like, are they going to go with...
Yeah, this season's just so messy that, like, I don't even know how to predict this. But, yeah, because, like, Fabio and Dan, who says they're going to vote together, even though they should?
Well, I mean, Dan can't vote for Fabio. So, like...
Right.
So,
but yeah, I feel like Holly tries to do something because they're like, who cares about Dan? Like, he's not a threat. Like, he's not going to win challenges, so keep him. So you kind of want people around that might beat Fabio if they think Fabio is such a problem. Mm-hmm. So let's see. So Holly's definitely going to partner with Chase and probably Jane.
Yeah.
And let's say she brings in Dan, whether that works or not, I don't know. And Fabio, they might vote wherever, but she's either going to target Sash, NaOnka, or Kelly, but NaOnka has this idol.
So does Sash, because Sash has Marty's idol.
Yeah.
So, oh my. Or did they do the Edgardo strategy of Holly has the move to blindside Purple Kelly so that because they think that NaOnka and Sash will play their idols?
Yeah, I think it's on Purple Kelly.
Yeah. So do Sasha and NaOnka play their idols thinking that they're in danger, or do they not expect it?
I'm leaning towards not expect it, but given this cast, like, I think it's hard to keep it quiet. So I think at least one of them will play an idol.
Okay. Let's say Sash gets nervous, NaOnka's confident. So Sash plays Marty's idol. Doesn't matter, and Purple Kelly gets blindsided.
Yeah, in the same spot that she went out normally.
Yes. So Purple Kelly's gone. NaOnka goes off at camp.
Yes. There's something about blindsiding these blonde Kellys that have purple edits and are on purple tribe or purple hair.
Yes. Yeah. Kelly Sharbog and Samoa. Yeah. I'm surprised I remembered who that was.
Right. But yeah, another Purple Kelly. But this Purple Kelly goes in 8th place as per usual, but very different circumstances this time.
Yeah, I don't know what her edit would be at this point, but
yeah.
But yeah, so NaOnka's going off at everybody. She's calling Fabio an airhead.
Oh yeah, she's completely going off, and they're all getting mad at her. But do they know she has an idol?
I think I think didn't Brenda like put an idol symbol on NaOnka's vote, like her vote for NaOnka? So I honestly think they knew by this point because Brenda probably outed it.
Right.
So I think they know at this point. That's why they wanted to go for the completely unexpected person and go for Kelly the last round. So now at this point, Sash does win the coin challenge, saving himself. And so do they attempt to go for NaOnka, or do they see the open shot at Fabio and take it?
I think they do Fabio.
Yeah, I agree. So I think it's
would think that they would try to make it so that NaOnka thinks it's her and she wastes her idol, but I don't think that happens.
No, the only time that Marty tried to do that, but then it didn't work. So
yeah.
So Fabio goes home, our winner. So this gives us a very different outcome now. So now we are at the final 6. It's going to be the last time NaOnka can play her idol. So she's going to automatically be safe because NaOnka's selfish. So
100% selfish. And she'll be the one to tell you that.
Yeah.
But yeah, here Fabio wins the next 3 immunities. He's not here, so we're getting new immunity winners.
Yeah, so this is the blindfolded challenge where they're putting like the items on like the skull mat, or not the skull, but the mask. And so I can't remember who was the second closest. It might have been Chase or Sash, but
yeah, I mean, I would guess it's one of them that's winning. I kind of would say Chase.
Yeah, so let's say Chase Rice wins this, and so now at this point, so it's, do they keep Dan in? And so like the 4 of them, they talk about splitting it between NaOnka and Sash to flush out NaOnka's, so they would just get rid of Sash because NaOnka's obviously playing it. So
right.
So at this point, so is it Sash, or do they just, for whatever reason, are they just going to get rid of Dan?
You would think it would be Sash, but it's probably Dan. Although
they got rid of Dan at 5 in the real timelines.
Yeah. No, it's let's just go Sash. Why not?
Okay, let's mix it up. Okay, so Sash gets voted out. NaOnka has played her idol for herself. Didn't matter. So now we're at the final 5. So this next challenge is the one where they have to answer the questions, and it's solving the puzzle, which Fabio wanted to come from behind. At this point, I remember everybody else being roughly pretty close, actually. I know Chase, he like dropped one of his puzzle pieces or something. But I don't know if that ends up mattering. Do we want to say Chase just keeps winning immunity now? Or do we
this one could be Chase, or it could be Holly, or even Jane, because Jane wasn't even here. So it could be Jane.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, Jane could win it as well. So, I mean, I think it's probably one of the 3. I'm just trying to think who would be the best at puzzles since we've...
My guess is Holly.
Yeah, let's make it interesting. Holly wins the final 5 immunity. And so now do they finally get rid of NaOnka, or does Chase continue to be wishy-washy, or do they take out Jane because she's way too likable at this point? I mean, I think this one could go either way.
Yeah, I think it's Chase, I think, would stay with NaOnka. So Chase votes with NaOnka. And I don't... Yeah, it could be Jane. It could be Dan.
Yeah, I mean, I think they all have to realize Jane is too much of a threat at this point.
Yeah, let's go Jane.
Okay, so Jane gets voted out. Chase, of course, tells Jane, so she like dumps the water on the fire again. So so now we're down to the final 4. It's Dan, NaOnka, Chase, and Holly, and this is the one with the coins on the sword.
Yeah.
I can't remember who was the closest to beating Fabio. I think it was Sash. Sash is no longer here.
So either Chase. Yeah, maybe Chase. Imagine if Dan wins it, but Dan ain't winning this.
No, Dan not win this. All right, so Chase wins his another challenge. Was his 3rd in a row, or Holly won the last one? Okay,
Holly won the last, so he wins the second.
His second. Okay. So at this point, Chase and Holly going to the end. I think Holly ends up at Final Tribal Council at this stage. Do they see... I feel like they see NaOnka as like someone who the jury's not going to like compared to Dan, so they're going to take out Dan.
I think it could be Fire. I think it could be High. I feel like... Yeah, so Chase has immunity. He could vote with NaOnka. So, like, Holly and Dan vote together for NaOnka. And Chase and NaOnka vote for Dan.
My only thing is, like, I think Holly... Yeah, no, you're right. I do Yeah, I think
It
this
would
is
make more sense for them to vote out Holly, but they won't
yeah,
because
at this
Chase
point,
is like trying to appease both sides.
yeah, they won't. No, you're right. I was for some reason I was thinking back to, oh yeah, Holly's going to be pissed at NaOnka still.
Yeah.
So yeah, I even in this timeline, so I do think I do think she votes with Dan to take out NaOnka, goes to fire, so it's NaOnka versus Dan.
I think Dan might win. It might be a really long fire making challenge, but I think Dan might win it.
Oh my god. Dan
So
Fire
yeah,
Beast.
NaOnka would go in fourth because I don't see NaOnka making fire. Let's be real here.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I don't know. I didn't really see Dan really making fire either, but it's a crapshoot. We'll just say
Yeah.
Dan wins it just to make
I
it.
mean, it could go so long NaOnka could quit the game. Like it's hard to say what's gonna happen here. So I kind of want to say Dan would win fire, and the final three is Chase, Holly, and Dan.
Yeah, I think that's probably accurate. So now Chase, Holly, and Dan, we get to final tribal. Marty is really pushing for Dan to win.
Oh yeah, yes.
Calls Chase dumber than a bag of hammers. Dan's final tribal is all about telling people how Holly threw his shoes in the ocean.
And how he sat in the huge chair. And that he should be crowned winner because that was like his crowning moment of being the king in that chair, like dangling his feet.
Yes. Okay. So that's Dan's argument, and Chase has a really good final tribal as well, and I would think Holly does as well. So they both have a good final tribal. Despite Chase,
I think they all might get votes.
Yeah. So I think okay. So let's run through it. So Alina, I think votes Chase. Well, no, actually, with Holly there, I think she might vote Holly.
Yeah, I can see that. Marty votes Dan.
Yeah, Marty votes Dan. So one Holly, one Dan. Brenda, I think, is between Holly and Chase. I think she could end up voting for Chase.
Yeah, let's say that.
Okay, so 1-1-1. All right, next up is Benry.
Does he vote Dan?
I think so, because he called him Uncle Dan the entire time.
Yeah. And Fabio did that too.
Yeah, so Benry votes Dan, so that's 2 Dan. Purple Kelly.
She voted Fabio in the real time.
Because he gave her his like jacket the entire season.
So does she vote for her Uncle Dan?
Oh my god.
or she vote Holly?
I think she's Holly or Chase. I'll say Holly. Let's go Holly.
Okay.
All right.
Fabio is next, and Fabio's Dan. So it's 3 Dan, 2 Holly, 1 Chase.
Oh my god. Then
Sash.
I think Sash respects the gameplay, probably votes Chase or Holly. I'm gonna say he votes Chase.
Okay.
So 3-2-2.
I can see that. And then Jane.
Oh my. Jane votes Chase because I think she's more pissed off at Holly, and I don't think she respects that Dan is.
Right.
So
then it all comes down to NaOnka.
Oh dear.
Are we gonna have a triple tie? Are we gonna have a double tie? What's happening?
So it's 3-3. I mean, I think
I could see her possibly voting Dan.
I think she's more for Chase. Like, I don't know. I feel like, it's NaOnka, so I could be completely off base on there.
So basically, it's not Holly.
Yeah, I think it's Chase.
Okay, so if she votes Chase, that gives Chase the win in a 4-3-2.
Yeah, if she voted Dan, it would be Dan in a 4-3-2.
Yep.
I'd rather, like, I guess memes would be funnier if Dan won, but like, I think Chase deserves this win. Hollywood
does. But yeah.
I don't know. No disrespect to Dan Lembo.
But yeah, it's probably Chase. I mean, it just as easily could be Dan too, but let's just go with our narrative. It's Chase.
All right, so Chase Rice is a Survivor winner. I think he still goes on to have his country music career. I think he still distances himself from the show, so I don't think that changes. But he has $1 million.
But where does this put him in the pantheon of winners now? Because I mean, Fabio is the bottom, and Chase I don't think is the bottom.
I don't think he is either. I mean, yes, he's still viewed as very wishy-washy, but he's still viewed as like a higher mid-tier runner-up. So
so in terms of like winners, he's not going to be top tier and he's not going to be bottom tier. So let's start from the next. There's like Ethan Zahn is kind of who I consider to be like very middle of the pack winner, like kind of lower middle of the pack, honestly. But how does he fare compared to Ethan Zahn? And that can help us like track where he's going. Like, is he on par? Is he worse? Is he better? I would say at least on par, if not better.
Yeah, I would say on par with Ethan. I'm thinking around who I would put around Ethan. Like, Ethan's definitely in the 20s for winners for me, I think.
I might have him in like low 30s.
He's either like 20s or he's maybe low 30s. I can definitely see that. But
like I would have like Aris in that same type.
Yeah,
like Aris, Ethan.
I think. Jeez, I don't know. This is tough. I will say I feel like Chase is maybe a bit better than Aris in this scenario. I guess maybe in that same vein, maybe he is better than Ethan because Ethan and Aris both had the thing of like they were trying to go to the end with Lex and Suri, who probably would have won supposedly.
Right. Yeah.
So,
okay. So we have him there. What about now? I kind of view as like the gatekeeper to the top would be kind of like Wendell. Where Wendell, he's like upper middle, and like after Wendell, you get like not the elite, but like the top. So like you have the elite, which we know who they are. There's like 15 elite people. Then you have like I consider Vesepia, Chris Doherty, like around. They're just outside that elite, and like some of Sandra's wins are there. Denise Stapley and Wendell. So I would say Chase isn't above them. Definitely not.
No.
And I kind of don't even think he's with them. He'd be slightly below that tier.
I agree with that. Yeah, because I mean, Denise is still gonna have like, oh yeah, she went to every tribal. Wendell was, won against a very tough competitor in Dominic. So like, I would say that. Yeah, I would say they probably would be above him. Yeah.
So that would put him like mid-20s. To low 20s.
I think that's where I would have Chase had he won. So, but yeah, that is what it.
And I think also if Chase is a winner, like yes, he's going to distance himself still, but I think that the fame that he's going to have with him being a winner, like, is going to bring Survivor into the limelight more than it was.
Oh yeah,
because. Like, no, he distanced himself, and because he wasn't a winner, like, you can kind of, like, Survivor can distance itself, too, without trying. Like, you just don't think of him linked to Survivor. So that's why most people, if you go on the street and say, do you know Chase Rice? They'll say, yeah, he's, like, multi-million-dollar country singer, and if you say he was on Survivor, they'll question you. But if you're a winner, like, you can't distance yourself at all. Right. Like, everyone's going to know that. So I think just for Survivor in general, like if Chase won, that would have been really good for the show because it would have gotten a lot of publicity. I mean, it could be bad publicity too with some of the seasons that are going to come and some of the incidents and stuff, but I still think it's ultimately a really good thing for the franchise if Chase Rice is the winner.
Yeah, I agree. I think I don't think Chase comes back for Winners at War. Like I still don't.
He's never playing again. They're going to try to get him, but he's not playing again.
Yeah, it's going to be like Cochran. Like, like they're going to try to get him for Winners at War, even though he'll say no.
Right. And I don't even think they could get Chase to do like the little boat ride that Cochran did in Game Changers. I think they would try to do something like that, but they're not even going to get that out of him.
Can you imagine Chase Rice gets sent up to the boat to meet Debbie?
Yeah, that would be something. She would just like ask him for a concert and then claim that she could sing better than him. And she'd be like, I know all the words to your songs. And then she would sing it and it would be wrong. That's what I could see.
We went down a rabbit hole.
Oh,
but
yeah.
This is good. Okay, this is the What If alternate universe. So yeah, comment down below, subscribe. Yeah, tell us what you think would happen if Chase Rice and Debbie Banner met up. So, all right. With that, we will see you all next week for another What If on the Tribe of Nerds.